Hello students, welcome to yet another class of accountancy ISC class 12 chapter number 9 financial statements of companies. So as I told you in the last lecture that we are going to discuss illustration number 23 and 24 and then chapter will be over. You have to do the illustrations and questions as your homework and watch the video till end. There is a surprise for you in the end of this video. So let us start with illustration number 23. In this, as I told you in this chapter, you should be well aware of the items where they are to be treated in balance sheet, what are their heads and subheads, and you should be thorough with your practice of the balance sheet because there won't be any change in the balance sheet. Is this clear? So the way you present the items in the balance sheet. So this chapter is entirely based on presentation. That's why I'm telling you again and again, and this chapter will help you. It will enable you to do the further chapters nicely. That means chapter number 10, 11, 12 and 13, because all the chapter is based upon the items where they have to be treated. Is this clear? So you should be thorough. Okay, and moreover, not only now but in your graduation also it will help in the company's account. Okay, because in graduation level you study company account. Okay, more extension. This is only the fundamentals extension of this. Okay students, so pay attention and do this chapter and all the chapters nicely. So this is the balance sheet in the horizontal format of 5-star fashion limited. Okay, so as I told you how to attempt this question, you just note down where these items will be treated, like public deposit. So it will be LTV, long term borrowings, then interest accrued but not due, other current liabilities, then bank overdraft where it will be treated, short term borrowings under current short term borrowings under the head current liability, then trade payables. How they are shown? Yes, they are shown as trade payable under current liabilities. Then general reserve where it is to be treated, general reserve. Yes, reserves and surplus, correct. And the heading is shareholder fund. Then 1,60,000 equity shares of 10 each and 5,000 both. That means 21 lakh will be the amount of share capital. And this is to be shown in notes to account. 16 lakh plus 5 lakh. Okay, I'll show you in the presentation. Securities premium. Yes, correct. It is also treated in reserves and surplus. Then 10% secured loans. Correct. Long term borrowings. Then interest accrued and due, other current liabilities. Then net profit for the year ended 31st March 2018. What it is? Yes, a statement of profit and loss. It is to be shown in reserves and surplus. Expenses owing. That means the expenses which is to be paid by the company, not yet paid. Okay, to be paid. Okay, like you can say outstanding expenses. Yes, correct. It will be treated in other current liabilities. Then provision, employees benefit fund. It's a provision, long term provision. Then sinking fund, it will be treated in reserves and surplus. Sundry debtor, current asset, security deposit. So where it is to be treated, securities deposit. Yes, it will be treated in where? It will be treated in asset side under long term loans and advances. Okay, then interest accrued on investment, it's a other current asset. Then plant and machinery, fixed assets. Vehicle, fixed assets. 10% government bonds. Investment, non-current investment. Then loan to staff. Loan to staff not mentioned. You can treat it as long-term loans and advances or short-term loans and advances. Nothing is mentioned here. In the previous example we took it as long-term short-term loans and advances. Okay, so you can treat either. You have to give note because nothing is mentioned loan to staff, whether it is for a year or more than a year. Okay, so either you can treat it as long-term or short-term, because they are both same kind of heading na, long-term loans and advances and short-term loans and advances. The heading the subheading is loans and advances, isn't it? So it is both in long-term as well as short-term. That means for fixed, if it is for long-term, it is treated under fixed assets, under non-current assets, and if it is for less than 12 months, it will be treated in current assets. Then inventories, current assets. Prepaid insurance, other current assets. Share issue expense, it is to be subtracted from either securities premium or statement of profit and loss account, or even can reduce from general reserve. Then bills receivable and debtors are trade receivables, treated under current assets. In cash and bank balance, current assets. Land and building, fixed assets, tangible. Okay, then what is mentioned here, that bills receivable discounted but not matured, this one, it is contingent liability, isn't it? So it will be shown as contingent liability in the notes to account, not in the balance sheet. Then general reserve be increased to rupees 2,50,000. General reserve is 2 lakh and it is to be increased by 50,000. So from statement of profit and loss account, from here the amount will be transferred in general reserve. Okay, so it will be reduced 50,000 from here and add 50,000 here. Okay, in general reserve. I will show you in the solution. Then a dividend of 8% on equity share capital, that means 8% of 16 lakh and 10% of 5 lakh, isn't it? So this also will be shown in notes to account as contingent liability. See my dear student, from last year only there has been change in the treatment of proposed dividend. If any of the student is having older book, that means previous book, it is treated like this same way, but before that in all the books you will find proposed dividend under provision, under short-term provision, but now there has been change, okay, since last year. Okay, so make sure those who are having old book check the solution related to proposed dividend. Okay, recently this has been introduced in our board, in our syllabus. Okay, by board in our syllabus. Now so here is the balance sheet, and see we'll study notes to account. Contingent liability, it is to be written as footnote, you can write it at the end as well, no issues. Share capital, C, first preference, then equity. Okay, so total is 21 lakh. Then reserve securities premium, then that share issue expenses reduced, sinking fund, general reserve, and there will be addition, as I told you, 50,000, that is to be given from see here it is, isn't it? 50,000 will be reduced from current year profit. This is what statement of profit and loss account. Okay, Is this clear? So you can write like in most of the illustrations it is written, and I'll also prefer you to write a statement of profit and loss account. Okay, then we have long term borrowings. See, secured loan and public deposit. Then long term provision, employee benefit fund, as I told you. Short term borrowings, bank overdraft, this I already told you. Okay, other current liability, interest accrued but not due and due as well, and then expenses owing, outstanding expenses. Then tangible assets, see non-current investment bonds. Then long-term loans and advances, see security deposit and loan to staff. See, and I in the previous illustration in which I taught you, this loan to staff was treated as short-term loans and advances. You can write a note. Okay, even if you write it under current asset, then also it is okay, because nothing is mentioned in the question. Okay, and although if you treat anywhere, that means at the top or at the bottom, the balance sheet total will be same. Only in this case, not for other items. Okay, because nothing is mentioned, and loans and advances, that is both in non-current asset, that subhead is there in non-current assets as well as in current assets. Okay, then sundry debtors and bills receivable, interest accrued on investment, prepaid expenses, other current assets. Then contingent liability, proposed dividend. Okay, so you can write bill discounted but not matured here. Okay, that is also current liability, no need to show at different place. Okay, at the end you can write. So this is the way of presenting the answer. Okay, yes, the solution of this chapter is big, but calculation is almost negligible, because you can see presentation is what required in this chapter. So you should be thorough. Each and every items should be on your tips, where it is to be shown in the balance sheet. Okay, so if you practice more and more, you can find it very easy if you practice more and more. Okay, there's not much problem. I have already explained why the items are treated, where to be treated, what is to be kept in mind while treating the items. Okay, and at the last only I will say that even if you don't understand, then you can learn or cram the items. Okay, now one more illustration will take. Pokemon Limited had a authorized capital of 25,000 shares of rupees 25 each and 15,000 5% preference shares of 10 each. All the shares were issued. So these are the share capital. Okay, this is to be. Now all the shares were issued and fully paid up. The company had a balance of profit. This is a statement of profit and loss account. Then net profit of the current year, this is of current year, that means we have already the balance. Then this will be added. The director proposed to make the following appropriation: to pay dividend. So dividend to pay. Okay, it's a proposed, see already mentioned, to pay the year's dividend on preference shares and 12% on equity shares. See, if preference shares are given and proposal is for dividend to equity share, in such a case also you have to give dividend to preference shareholders prior to equity shareholders. Why? Because we have studied in commerce chapter number 3, the dividend is paid to preference shares, then only to equity shareholders. Okay, that is a rule. Then transfer 45,000 rupees to general reserve. When transfer it, you reduce it from current year's profit and add it to general reserve. Then to write off the balance of 25,000 on goodwill account, it is to be written off. So goodwill can be written off out of the profit. Then transfer rupees 15,000 to staff welfare fund. Okay, we have to transfer the amount, so it will be what? Yes, long term provision. Okay, so we'll move on to the solution. Very easy. Notes to account. This is notes to account of the share capital. Then reserves and surplus. General reserve, this is how we got it. Yes, from the transfer. See, goodwill written off, then staff welfare fund and general reserve. So this amount is been deducted from this amount, 6,65,000. Okay, understood? So long term provision, staff welfare fund, and this proposed dividends are contingent liability. Okay, and this is the balance sheet, 7,75,000. Here we calculated and written the amount here. Then reserves and surplus amount 6,25,000. Okay, and this long term provision, this way we have to present the amount. Okay, so I hope you understood the core of this chapter. This chapter is basically of knowing the items where it is to be treated in balance sheet or heads and subheads. So two types of question are generally asked from this chapter, that is asking heads and subheads. So if they give the items and ask heads and subheads, then the question from this chapter will be of 6 marks. And if they ask the presentation of the balance sheet, then it will be of 12 marks if all the items, or again they can ask few items to present in the balance sheet, then it will be, if they ask only few items, then also the question will be of 6 marks from this chapter. Is this clear? So you should be well aware of the format of balance sheet and notes to account. Okay, is this point clear to you? So you practice all the illustrations and all the questions of this chapter as homework, and whatever your doubts you can ask me or give comment in the comment section. Okay, my dear students, now we are heading towards the surprise which I discussed. So what is the surprise? Surprise is, yes, correct, your holiday homework for June. Okay, as you know, there is 20 marks project work and you have to prepare 2 projects. Is this clear? For your board examination, which is to be assessed by the external examiner. So you have to make project. I am giving you 1 project for your accountancy. Okay, so each project is equals to 10 marks. So you have to prepare project very nicely. Okay, my dear students. So what is the project? See, this is the project which is given to you. You have to prepare journal entries, then ledgers, then subsidiary books, trial balance and financial statement of partnership form of business. Okay, partnership form, because in the previous class 11th, you prepared the same project, but it instead of partnership form of business, you prepared for sole proprietorship. Remember, you prepared for sole proprietorship in class 11th. In class 12th, project will be same but this time you have to prepare for partnership form of business. Okay, do you remember that all those transactions you made, then you prepared journal entries, ledgers, subsidiary books, remember? Yes or no? The same way, but this time there will be a little change. The form of business is changed, and with the form of business change you have to add partners, you have to show their capital, then interest on capital, interest on drawings. Okay, all things you have to mention. Okay, so let me read from the guide. See, develop a case study. How two or more friends decided to come together to start a business, because at least there should be 2%. You can have 3, 4 as per your study. Okay, as per your finding. Then what you have to do, you have to prepare their partnership deed. Remember chapter number 6 of 11th class commerce, partnership deed. So what are the contents? Based on that you have to do it. Okay, don't just copy it, you have to make a partnership deed. Okay, and in it you have to mention the name of the business, principal place of the business, partners, interest on capital, profit sharing ratio, interest on drawings, salary, commission. Okay, in case of dispute how it is to be sorted out, everything. So the contents of partnership deed you can go through from your commerce class 11 chapter number 6 partnership. Okay, then interest on partners loan and rent paid to partners. So these treatment you have done in your chapter number 1, isn't it? Fundamentals of partnership firm. Then write in detail their transactions, you know, the transaction journal and the transaction they took place, how much purchases they did, whether the purchases was on cash, on credit, then sales, then all the expenses. Okay, then fixed assets they purchased, depreciation charge, outstanding expenses, prepaid expenses, accrued incomes. Okay, bills payable, creditors, suppliers, what are the terms of purchase and sales. Okay, what is the method of payment, everything you have to mention, and there should be at least 20 transaction. Okay, in your project. Okay, here it is mentioned 15. Okay, then you can have 15 transaction at least, but not less than 15 transaction. Okay, then after that you have to pass journal entries, then post them into ledger. This you have already done. Now you have to prepare profit and loss appropriation account as well, because in the previous class there was no profit and loss appropriation account. Okay, so this is addition, and you know to make profit and loss appropriation account. In the first chapter only I taught you. Okay, then what you have to do, many of the students know how to make the bar graph, and this bar graph should be in, yes, printout format. That means computerized, it should be computerized, the bar graph only. Is this clear? The entire project should be handwritten as I taught you in the previous class 11. The same way, the front page should be printed, the certificate must be printed, rest entire project will be handwritten, bar graph will be printed. Okay, bar graph, pie chart, the way you are depicting your findings, that should be printed. That means bar graph should be in printed form. Okay, then you have to calculate the ratio. Okay, liquidity ratio, solvency ratio and profitability ratio, all those ratios which you can find it out. Okay, is this point clear to you? This you can take the help of ratio analysis chapter. Ratio analysis, the formulas are there. Okay, so you can go through the formulas, and as I taught you chapter number 9, the headings and subheadings nicely, so the formulas are based on that only. Is this clear? So you can go through the formulas, and if there is any problem you can communicate to me. Okay, my dear students. Then you have to show this ratios again in the form of diagram and pie charts. Okay, so these two things is to be in printed form, this one and this one is to be in printed form. Is this clear? So this is your project. You have to prepare the project very nicely, and no need to copy from other students. If you do so, then your marks will be deducted, and be serious because it is for your board purpose. Okay, and you have sufficient time. Don't do hurry and prepare nicely. The line should be straight. Okay, the ledger should be proper, transactions. Then you have to write in journal entries. When you take the amount to the next page, then you have to write brought forward at the top and carried forward to at the end. Okay, you have to mention it clearly, and your lines should be straight. Okay, many of the students in hurry burry just make the draw the line. Okay, and when you make ledgers, you make the ledgers with the help of pencil. Okay, only the format I am saying, don't write the figures with pencil. Only for underlining you can use pencil, so that the lines are straight and proper. Okay, only the format you can draw with pencil. Okay, and later on if you want, you can over write that with sketch pen or pen as per your choice. But initially when you draw the line, please make sure that you draw it by pencil, and the project should be nice, neat and clean. There should not be any unnecessary spots. Okay, and many of the students while writing, they don't see, they put their hand over the words written and then it spreads over the sheet, which looks untidy. So I don't want any untidy work. The project work should be very neat and clean and proper. Okay, because it is for the board purpose and you have to be very careful. Is this point clear to you? For more queries you can write in the comment section, or you can WhatsApp me. My number is 8439513700. Okay, again I am repeating, 8439513700. Okay, only queries related message you can send. Okay, no other messages. Okay, is this point clear to you? Okay students, bye bye, take care and do your homework.